Hi my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new episode of Urbek City Builder. I nearly got ahead of myself there. Last episode is linked above in case you've not yet seen it. Feel free to go watch that, get caught up and then jump back in. You all seem to be really enjoying this series. It fills my heart because it's completely different to what we usually do on the channel, but I'm so happy to see that you're all enjoying it as we go along. Now today's episode is actually going to be a little bit different. I don't particularly think we're going to be working towards anything new in today's episode. Instead, I was kind of taking a look at the city we've built, and I think we need to redesign the city. I think we need to kind of take a really good look at it and streamline it and put some stuff in places, take it away from some spots and put it in other places. So kind of hear me out. I've been playing the game. I've kind of been learning how the game works a bit more, and looking at our city. Maybe there's a few bits we could maybe do better, basically, is essentially what I'm getting at. Now, over here was the biggest part of the map, so that's why I chose to build our houses over here. But at the same time, you'll see, it's our biggest mass of kind of wood. So we're not kind of using that to our best ability at the moment. So what I'm considering is I'm going to get rid of these houses over here. These were going to be kind of our richer houses, weren't they? But I'm actually going to get rid of those. And I'm going to make a small kind of industrial plot over here with some sawmills and stuff. I think that's one of the first things I'm going to do. We are probably going to be deleting a lot of the houses out because I want to try out some gridded forms with the schools and whatnot to try to get our houses to upgrade a bit easier, basically, rather than them being really sporadic about the way they're doing it. So we might be deleting a lot of the roads and a lot of the houses out. We're also going to be taking out all of these trees down here so that I can extend this dock all the way up. And then I'm going to be taking these trees out kind of here as well, so we can use that space and then we can extend our dock up. This, we can't take this ore out because that's there. So I think we're going to kind of leave this up here as it is, but what I am going to do is with this industrial area over here, I'm going to try and design it a bit better. So I'm probably going to take some of the trees out over here. I'm going to try and do all our mining a bit better and the housing and whatnot. And then I'm going to take out this little wooded plot down here so we can extend our farms. But what we're essentially doing in today's episode is we're going to be deleting lots of stuff and then rebuilding it so that it just looks a bit better, basically. That's essentially what we're going to do. Probably going to be a slightly lengthier episode, I would imagine, because of all the work we're going to be getting through. But I think it's something that we definitely need to do. It's something that definitely needed looking at. And so, yeah, let's just get cracking with it rather than talking about it constantly. So first things first, I'm going to delete basically all of this out. I might just level this whole bit. I'm thinking that's probably the way to go and just leave the main road. It might be the best thing, and then take all of this kind of wooded area out, and then we essentially start again. I'm going to leave the wooded area. I'm basically going to bring a road down here to there, join that up. So I'm going to leave all the wooded area there, and I'm going to leave all of this over here. So let's just get cracking. We are obviously going to be deleting houses and stuff like that. I'm leaving the game on pause. I'm not going to let it kind of go along while we're doing this because I don't know if our production is going to change a lot if we leave it on play. So I'm just going to leave it kind of as it is. So let's just run a road to there. That kind of makes sense now, doesn't it? It joins that up at the bottom. I'm going to take all of this out. So we are probably going to be deleting some wood, like lumber mills and things like that. I'm fully signed on for that being the case. Like, it's one of those things. And I am probably going to be, deleting some houses and stuff as we go along and all. But again, I'm fully kind of signed on for all of that. I'm going to remove all those houses there, and I'm actually going to remove all of those houses there. I'm going to remove all of that as well because I'm going to remove that road. We're going to basically do that a bit better. I'm going to remove all the bus stops as well. We're going to redo our bus network because it's a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. If I'm being honest, it is a bit of a mess. So we're going to probably redo that bus network. So let's get this road in over here. So I want to run a piece of road of course I would do that. Run a piece of road so it's straight there. And then I wanted to run a piece of road down here as well. To about there, I think. So that we could just kind of fill these houses in down here a bit more. One of these is a dock, so I've got to be careful I don't delete it. So that's the dock there. So essentially I want to have all of the coastline I want covered in these docked areas, basically. That's what I'm aiming for at the moment. We might get some other stuff unlocked at a later date, but for now that's kind of what I'm playing with. So that there is where the dock finishes. Where does this dock finish? So yeah, we probably need one about there if we can put one there. So let's take a look. So yeah, we can. So I'm going to kind of put that dock in the middle. I'm going to put that about there. So then what we're going to do is not that piece. We're going to fill all of that out with houses like so. I keep pressing the wrong buttons because I've been playing other games and they obviously use different buttons and whatnot for those games. So let's just fill all that out. We're going to put a park. I'm going to put a little... we'll put a little gravel park in here, I think. So we'll just put that in there at the bottom of the dock. So as you can see, all our docks are kind of all lined up quite nicely there at the bottom. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole rectangle inside here as kind of a big block, and we're going to rework it essentially to kind of to fit better, make the schools and everything inside that block work, make all the parks and whatever inside that block work as well. Again, like I've already said, I'm redoing all the bus stops, so let's just delete the ones we can see because I'm going to redo them. We'll just replace that with road like so. Now, am I going to continue that road? See, that road there, for me, that should just come all the way down. That's going to be annoying, that is. Because that road... So really, we should run our road up to there from that point. In my opinion, that's just what I think. Maybe we should just run it up from there. It doesn't have to be... Because essentially, gang, the reason I'm doing this as well is because I don't like the way... I don't really like the way it looks. It became a bit of a mess. So let's delete that out for the minute. We'll take that road all the way up to the top. Let's just join that back up because everything inside there I'm going to kind of treat like a block as well. So let's actually, before we go any further, let's draw this block out as well. So I think what I'm going to do is we are going to take these trees back in there so we can just join these roads up. So let's delete that road out. Let's take this here, take this here. I've been speaking to a couple of other people that have been playing this game, and they were saying to me that they felt like redevelopment is quite an important part of the game. Actually taking an existing city, getting it to a certain point where you're unlocking things, and then just rebuilding it, because you kind of need to, repurpose the areas if you haven't planned them properly, basically. And if we're being really honest, I did not plan this properly. We're going to take all of this in here out. I said I was going to take all this out. Now, I'm aware that I'm getting rid of resources here. I'm very, very aware of it. And I'm aware I'm getting rid of stuff that kind of separates the towns from one another as well. But I think that's all the fun of it as well. I really do. I think that's a lot of the fun of it. So we're going to continue to do that. Now, what is that there? That is a nice park. See, I think we could continue that nice park. We could bring this road up, and so the nice park actually goes somewhere rather than going nowhere, essentially, like it did before. So let's run this road to there. Now, we're probably going to have to put another dock in, because that dock... Oh, actually, we don't need to. We don't need to put another dock in. That's really good. That's, yeah, that's really, really good. So let's just run that road to there. So that actually goes somewhere now, that park. I might add a piece there and a piece there. Obviously, our production is it is all over the place. So yeah, that's that is something that's going to kind of affect the way we do it. Now we've got a lot of stuff stored, but I think we're going to have to get our housing and whatnot. We're going to have to get that situation all sorted out. So we might have stuff stored, but so school. So I want to get this so that the radius covers, the school's radius kind of covers a lot of houses basically. Now I don't think we need to worry about the fishermen's houses being in the radius, because I don't think they're actually that affected by it. But if we place the school there, like if we're clever about it and we place the school there, that is gonna cover that's gonna cover a lot of space, isn't it? Consumption. Okay, so we can't place it at the minute. You do not produce enough work, so I've got to put the houses in first. But what I'll do is we'll put a marker in, so that's where we kind of want it. So what's that? Probably 1, 2 from the top and 1 in from the side. So we're going 1, 2 and then 1 in. So that's kind of where our school is going there. So let me just double check that. Yeah, that's where our school's going, right where those things are. So now that I know that, I can build out some more kind of roads. So we're going to go along that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we haven't got to worry about houses at the top. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there will be kind of a road there, like so. So let's start putting in houses. I'm probably going to have to press play now to get these houses going in. So we start to produce workers, basically. This is what we need to do before we can then start producing our skilled workers again. Obviously our work production's gone through the roof. No surprise there, really. Now we've got to hope that this all starts producing pretty quickly, basically. We probably actually have too much like food and farming and need for workers, like, because these all consume. Yeah, these all consume workers, so we probably don't need all this stuff. So the balance is completely off now. Which is no real surprise to me that the balance is off in such a way. We're going to redo the farms anyway, so let's just delete all that stuff at the top. Let's delete all that. Yeah, right, that balances us out nicely. Okay, so that's pretty good. That balances us out nice. So that's got us back there. So we're producing normal workers again. So let's delete that out. Let's get our education. Yeah, skilled workers, modern grain silo, abandoned because it don't satisfy requirements. Okay, so actually, I've probably messed everything up now. Yeah. Okay, I'm a little bit worried that I've completely messed the balance of the game up. But yeah. Right, that school can now be placed there. As long as we can get the skilled workers and stuff back up, then I think we'll be fine. We'll be able to like bounce back essentially. I'm going to redo all the farming and everything anyway. I just kind of need to get this all ironed out first, get our skilled workers in, and get these blocks kind of drawn up. So let's go across there, and then the other school. We can't do that yet because we need quite a lot of skilled workers. So this is our main road. So I am going to place... So I'm just going to basically place the houses, and then I'm going to pick and choose my spots to put things like shops and that to get the houses kind of upgraded. There's lots of stuff that's going abandoned. So we don't actually have anything producing power now, which is a bit of a nightmare. Let's get water mills placed. Yeah, it would take a lot of water mills before we could get that back. Coal plant. So we can actually do the coal plant, but it's been abandoned up here for some reason. Let's get the coal plant back in. Right, so skilled workers now need sorting out. Right, so all these houses are going to start upgrading because we've got the power back. So that's good. Right, so what I'm going to do is try to upgrade this little neighbourhood first. So to get this to a wealthy village, we need a food service in here. So mini market. If we were to put it... Okay, we're going to need... get that back up again. So mini market. So for it to cover all of the houses in here, it's going to have to go there. Is it? Oh, it has to go on the road. Right, so we know it's going there. So where that house is, let's just drag a piece of road through the middle, like so. And then we're going to grab that mini market and we're going to place it there. And that's going to cover all of these houses. So just basically what I'm trying to do is just be a bit cleverer about the way we build out our neighbourhoods, so that we can sort of upgrade them to the best of their ability. Right, we're getting it to a point now already where we don't have the resources to upgrade the houses to where we need them. So heavy coal plant, logistic. Oh, all of this has been abandoned. Right, fair enough. So let's delete that out. Delete it all out because it's all been abandoned. So has any of the logistics been abandoned? I think it has, and that's why. Oh, power, because we've got a shortage of power. So let's just put in another water mill. We'll just stick it there for now. It's going to get deleted anyway. So let's go back and get a warehouse and place that there. So I think what we've learned is we're going to have to do this in smaller chunks to how I just did it. So let's put that warehouse in. And then, oh, it's the residents. I need to get some residents living over here. So we'll just fill this back out with residents in there, I think, and then that should upgrade, and then our power plant's back where it needs to be. Everything looks okay, so that's fine. And then heavy coal plant, ready to upgrade, but you do not have enough high skilled work. Right, I need high skilled workers. That's the next thing we're going to work on, basically. So that was the next school I was going to put in. So our connectivity is pretty crap because, as you can see, we've got all of these horrible car parks all coming in. Now, I wanted to be a bit more clever about the way I do the bus stops, because they take up quite a bit of resource. So I want to be clever about the way that I use all of that stuff. So I think now that we're kind of balanced out quite nicely, the first thing I want to do is I want to check the high school. So what I would have liked is to have all of these over here potentially kind of included in this, but I think the best thing to do is have these as skilled workers and then have these as high skilled workers. I think that's the best thing to do. We need 1,000 of the skilled workers. This has got a far bigger radius though, hasn't it? So actually, if we were to put that about there, we would be cooking on all kinds of gas. So let's put that in there. Let's get that in there. And then let's start filling these areas out with houses. So let's just fill that plot in at the bottom. We are going to have to obviously think of a shop and whatnot to go down here. We need to think of putting back bars in and leisure and all that stuff as well. But for now, I'm just concentrating on houses. These two little bits of road here, I actually think that's a bit of a waste of space, but it's a kind of a cool look. I don't hate it, to be honest with you. So let's put some more in here, because we don't really have to worry about like food at the minute. We're producing so much of it. Right, so to get these to upgrade, we need a food service, don't we? Yeah, wealthy suburb, they need leisure. We'll concentrate on that in a moment. Let's put in some food services over this side. So that will, if I was to put that there, actually we could probably, if we was to go about there, that would be the perfect spot. So okay, let's drag a piece of road to there like so, and then we will put that mini market there. So that will probably help those houses upgrade. Right, leisure is the next thing. So heavy coal. Oh, dearie me. I need the power that produces, basically. So, oh, it's upgraded straight to a thing. So we need to get skilled workers. Let me just pause this a minute. So, I need to get the leisure in, don't I? So I need to get leisure. So sport gives 1 leisure and 1 sport. 1 leisure, 1 nightlife, 4 leisure and 4 nightlife for an urban bar, and it takes up 35 of that, and 40 of that initially. 500 of, do you know what? I've said this a million times, but I wish that we had a better way of seeing the radius of the bar. I feel like if we add it like sort of in the middle though, on the corner, we might be cooking on gas, but that's going to be like leisure and nightlife that's going to give us. So lots of houses getting upgraded now, kind of back to the level they were. We're struggling to get these skilled workers though, aren't we? We're not producing any skilled workers, even though we kind of got that school there. And I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. Right, so we do need to think about that connectivity now. we can think about it now because we kind of got our radius either side. So it needs to include the roads. So we'll put one stop there. So if I go back there, so it's just before, so it's there. So we'll put the next stop there. So we just put the 2 stops in for now. So I want to put a football pitch in. I want it to kind of cover as many houses as possible. We might have to put one over this side and one over the other side. So let's put that footy pitch there, and then I'm going to put one. I'm going to put one on the corner there, and then I'm going to pack all that in with houses. I'm going to pack all that in with houses. So yeah, let's get that playing. So some serious building out. This is the struggle at the moment. We don't have an abundance of high skilled workers. I think we're probably just going to have to build out more housing basically before that happens. I'm really not sure how we get more of that. We managed to balance this out though pretty easy and quite nicely, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm happy with the way we managed to kind of balance it out. Other than the skilled worker situation, I think we've done all right, getting this sort of semi back to normal. The food obviously is going down. That's a little bit of a concern. So what I want to just check, that house there, a downtown house, needs one or more tools. That was it, tools. They need to go in there. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at this situation over here, because there's a lot of stuff that became abandoned, and I think it's all the silos. So I want to replace that grain silo, and then I want to replace the warehouses that were there that helped that grain silo upgrade, I think. Yes, there we go. And that brings our food back to a nice level. We are having some serious issues with this. Let's get rid of that, and then let's get rid of the logistics as well, and let's just put in a normal coal plant for now. The normal coal plant hasn't produced half as much energy as I wanted it to. We're going to have to put 2 of them in. Okay, fair enough. It's fine. We'll delete one at a later date, but that gives us our energy. So we're back level with everything, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Next thing, more connectivity. So where did we put those initial bus stops? One there. So that road is kind of covered. So they need to go in line up there. So let's place so yes, there, isn't it? So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one there, and then there's one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's 4 from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we place that there. That will just get rid of those car parks. Basically, that's what we want to do. That's looking pretty nice. I am actually quite happy with the way that looks. I really like the way the docked area is really kind of flush, working really nicely. So yeah, we need to get these skilled workers up. So if I just want to click on it, 5 education, stores 1,000. It's the downtown houses. So that's basically, we need to get the downtown houses going. What I'm going to do is let this just crack on. Okay, so this doesn't have a radius, this bar. So that must literally just be supplying the whole map for leisure. Basically, it's that, or at least this area, but it doesn't have a radius, so it's definitely not that. We've got this shop, so that's covering all of that, but it doesn't cover the main street. So we're going to have to get more shops up there when we start building this out. So that's good to know. We are still getting car parks at the end, but I don't think our bus stops stretched that far. So if I was to get them, no, they didn't. So if I was to put one there, I know there's a slight overlap, but it gets rid of the car park. So let's just put one there, just to get rid of those car parks, because they are ugly and they're a waste of space. And then, yeah, essentially what I'm doing, I'm going to fill it out with houses, and I'm adding stuff like parks at a later date. So, what is that? That's our mini market, and I've put it right next to the, football pitch. Now I need to put a park next to the footy pitch to get that to upgrade. Didn't mean to press that button. So I'm going to put one there and one there. I'm going to put 2 pieces of park. There's going to be just a little singular house on the corner there. Urban road. Oh, so these roads, obviously, I didn't realise you could see. Upgrades to a commercial road. 10 or more retail. Oh, fair enough. So yeah, that's upgraded that footy pitch. Just gives you more sport, basically. Got to get everything back to the level that we once had it. So the power is low, and I'm running a lot of power. Watermill. I need to place another watermill just for now. Just to keep that power on the up and up. These are all upgrading to wealthy suburban houses, but we need to actually get them to downtown. But we've got to supply tools. Right, so there's lots of stuff that are abandoned. This was one of them. This is something that's abandoned as well. So I think that was I think I know what that was. It was the goods factory. Consumes a lot of power. Right, food. Food is an issue. So let's get our food situation all sorted out. So I am actually going to delete all of that there. I'm going to run a road all the way to there, and then we'll run that road down there as well. No natural resources. Yeah, it probably needs to just be moved, that lumber camp. So let me do that first. So let's put the new one there, and we'll put the lumberjack cabin nearby as well, and then we will delete that out. So, oh yeah, that's all there for this, isn't it? So try not to get too confused, basically, with what's going on. I can't remember what they were. I think they might have been silos. So if they were, they are the quickest way to get food back. So we'll put one there, and we'll put one there, and we'll press play. And I think they're not within radius of logistics, so they're not going to upgrade straight away, but we can sort that later. The power has gone down again. We really do need to get those skilled workers going, because the power is the biggest problem at the moment. I don't know how I managed to deal with the power before. I don't remember having this many power plants. So let's get one over it. We're just going to put one there for now. We can delete that as well. This is before I've even looked at the industry, and before I've even looked at this up here. All because I want to redesign and re-streamline basically the city. Like I've already said, it's going to be a slightly longer episode, this one, gang, because I really want to... This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I think something else I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 parks there, and that's going to improve that. There we go. Yeah, tennis courts are unlocked. That's good, because they are a really good way of bringing leisure to areas. I'm gonna fill all this out with fields for now, because that will just kind of tip our food situ over again. Right, we need to get the downtown houses started, because I need to start getting those. I need to get those highly skilled workers, so that's the next step. So if I was to go to factories, so if I go to this, the repair shop, it's -2 leisure. Or we can go with a hardware shop, but it requires the goods factory. Now if I was to go to the goods factory, that consumes 30 power, 50 skilled workers, 50 normal, and 10 on that. So we can put that back in. Needs to be within an 8 radius of logistics, and right, so where it was the perfect spot for it. So let's just put that back there, and then we can go to this, and then we can put in our hardware store. So again, we want to do this so that it covers as much as humanly possible, and I think on the corner there next to the shop is kind of perfect. So let's just do this side first, and then we'll do that side next, because I want to see what happens with all the production of our goods first. Where does it all go? You know, is it going to fluctuate a lot? Because if we're looking at this makes more sense. It's a lot more streamlined. The schools are kind of close together, and all the houses are going to upgrade at a similar rate. That's kind of what we want. You're going to get some on the edge here that are not going to upgrade, because they're not going to have the highly skilled. So it's probably going to be like the middle of this is going to be more kind of your downtown, and then the outsides are going to be slightly different, which is kind of how I want it. I kind of want the more dense stuff in the middle, and it kind of slowly goes to less so on the outskirts. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, I think for this episode we're going to do this block, and then next episode we'll work on the next block, and so on and so on. We'll kind of do it like that for now, so we kind of redevelop the city. So yeah, we've got that now, so that's good. Really, really good. Where do we go from here? So if I was to select one of these, downtown 2-story, 8,000. We don't have that. And then one or more healthcare. So healthcare is going to be something we work towards to unlock to get the next lot of downtown. So I think from here we kind of know what we need. We can kind of build out from this up into this section, and kind of use the same blueprint as we go along. That's probably going to be the way we do it. Steel is going to be something we're going to need to manufacture a bit more of. but everything else is looking okay. So what I think we can do now is we can turn one of these into a much better power station. That's what we can do. So we put those logistics in. Go heavy coal plant. It's going to consume... Oh my god, it's going to consume... Oh, but we're going to get some of that back when we delete stuff out. So let's get more logistics over that side. Okay. Right. Delete that. We don't need it. And delete that. We don't need it. And yeah, it keeps our coal production high. This should be fine now. This should be fine because we're meeting its needs. So that power station is all right. To be fair, I've been a bit of an idiot putting that there because I wanted to move our power station over here, but I think that's what we can do next episode. I think what I'm going to do just before we leave today, I'm just going to pack the rest of this out over here, and I'm going to add some parks to kind of just beautify the area up a little bit. What I'm thinking about is adding really nice lights and parks here. So let's just fill that out there, that there, and we'll fill that in there. And then I think what we'll do is a main square. So it costs 25 and 15. It's quite a lot actually. I wanted to go with some main squares like here. Let's just put one in and see what happens and see how much it uses. Actually, it's not that bad. Yeah, we'll put one there as well. So that's kind of nice. I like that. I like the way that looks. All next to the houses and whatnot. Next to the schools. Yeah, it's all about... I feel like we're at a point now where I can start making it look pretty and start making it look decent. So, yeah, that's the beginning of our rework. That's episode 1 of maybe 2 or 3 of this. Stick with me, gang. I promise this is going to be well worth it. We need to do this to make the most of the map because it isn't the biggest map. There's resources that we can kind of farm, but we weren't doing them in the right way before. Come back next time to find out how we're going to continue this. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. But until the next one, stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see ya next time.